back with you once again. So at this time, I'm not in the Mary Dungeon. I'm out here on a field trip. Come to Beard's Towing in Fort Worth. We're looking at an invention here from Beard's Towing. They actually have this to pull vehicles out of ponds, rivers, lakes, or extreme situations. It's a John Deere skid steer RDO equipment. It's a 333G, and this thing here supposedly has a 20-ton winch on it, which is mounted right here in the front, and they supposedly can boom this thing out and lift up. If they're pulling something and it gets hung, they can kind of lift it up and pull it up over the thing and get it to come out, and they can block this thing out and actually have it pull over 100 tons, or excuse me, 100,000 pounds. So this thing is a beast and a beast. It's pretty awesome. But we're here at Beard's Towing in Fort Worth, Texas, because some guys here are here that I subscribe to their channel on YouTube, and they are Adventures with a Purpose, and they go around to different cities and towns, and they actually do recoveries. They pull cars out of lakes, rivers, and streams, and we're going to go over and take a look at some of the cars and stuff that they've actually pulled out. A lot of these come from Lake Como and just around here in the Fort Worth area. So let's go over here and look at this thing that they pulled out of a lake. All these, like I said, all these were recovered from right here in our local area. And depths of history. You can kind of zoom in there and get to see that right there. It's pretty cool. And these guys, now if it was used in the commission of a crime, then you can see all the mud and settlement and all that there. They will not. The Fort Worth Police Department has the vehicle. We already know that some of them were stolen, and the Fort Worth Police Department do have them. But, no telling how long these actually set in the water. I mean, you can see the rust is actually eaten through the back of some of this, and it's pretty cool. But we go around here and take a look at this pickup here. Some of these, like I said, were ditched in. It looks like a good old Chevy pickup here. And you can see all the muck and sediment and everything that was in here. Oh, let's try to slip around here. Got more mud and sediment in the back of it here. It's saying, if you were here and actually could smell this, it smells terrible. I'm here to tell you. It's kind of crazy. And all the stuff here that's going on with this. Let's see if we can slip around here and get another one, because this one stinks to high heaven. Let's see. And here you are with another one, which I'm not even sure what this vehicle possibly is, but it looks like it has been in the water a while. If you can see right in here, like the air breather here is kind of in horrible shape. Looks like it was some kind of little pickup, but what kind it was, have no earthly idea. This is kind of crazy. Like I said, I've been watching these guys for a while now. I've been a subscriber to their channel, and if you get a chance, subscribe to Adventures with a Purpose, because those guys do an awesome job. How you doing? And here's another little vehicle they pulled out. Not sure exactly what this would possibly be, but this thing is pretty cool looking. I mean, it's just, I'd love to go on an adventure with these guys. By the time I found out they were coming to Fort Worth, it was too late for me to get off of work to be able to go, because I found out the day they actually showed up here that they were here. And this is craziness. Like I said, not sure what this is. Some kind of little small car. Not able to tell exactly. Maybe a little Toyota, something like that. Maybe a little Nissan, kind of an older car. Hard to say exactly what this is. Top is rusted all out. It was under there a day or two in the water. And this here looks like another old, possibly Chevy pickup. Headliner falling out. This one here, some sediment and muck. The front of it here is all kind of rusted out. You Crazy. Let's do this. Slip around here. And on here. Let's see here. Apparently that Goodyear tire there, or the backup is kind of jacked. The back of this, it looked like it had a lift gate on, or a lift gate. I guess that's what you call this, a lift on a hydraulic lift at one time. That thing is kind of jacked up and beaten kind of bad. Pretty awesome. Looked like it was a pretty good work truck maybe at one time. Maybe at one time it was white. It's hard to say. This thing is, it's crazy. Coming around here, it looks like somebody's got a fishing line or two have been on here that somebody snagged. I'm sure there was probably a lot of fish in here calling this home for a while. But yeah, oh, it looks like we got somebody's sinker right up here on the front of it. Yeah, like I said, a lot of people have actually caught this thing. Probably thought they had a great big in it once, and then when it didn't move, then they were like, oh no, have to snap it off. But anyway, this is crazy. Like I said, if these guys come to your town, help support them, get out there, volunteer, and do what you can to help them get from town to town to help clean up these waterways. Like I said, that's their RV over there and their trailer, which says search team on there. And the underwater sonar thing. We'll get a closer look at it here in a minute. So, anyway. So, doing all right. Is it all right to get like just a little interview with you whatsoever from my little YouTube channel?
Absolutely.
Anyway, my name is Rick Willis, and hang on here. Let me see if I can shake your hand without interrupting.
We have somebody hold this so you can be behind this with me.
You want me to do that?
Yeah, if you could, please.
Okay.
All right. This is Rick with you, and I got one of the I guess a founding member here, or what? I mean, what is your position with it?
I did, yeah. I founded Adventure to the Purpose.
What actually possessed you to even think of trying to do this?
It's one of those things where life just, figures out where you need to be.
Yeah.
And I say that because this whole thing started off with hey, let me just be a middle-aged, balding YouTuber, is how this whole thing started, with getting underwater, showing what was out of sight, out of mind, picking up sunglasses, pop cans, bottles, trash.
Yes.
That's how this whole thing started. But it wasn't until, in 2018, when I was in 2018, February, I was up in Portland, Oregon, and I was doing a dive, and 40 feet deep, there was a car there. I contacted the city of Portland and said, this is a car at a closed boat ramp. Can we come in and get it out? And they said, no, you can't have access. Oh, and you're recording this and you're putting this on YouTube? Well, now we're going to require filming permits and insurance. And I said, what?
It's ridiculous.
Absolutely not. So we as divers, we carry 50-pound lift bags with us all the time. So in my mind is, if I can lift something that's 50 pounds with a lift bag, I just need bigger lift bags and I can float an entire car. So if I can float an entire car in a public river down to a public boat ramp, nobody can tell me no.
Yeah.
And that's how the cars started. So we started focusing on recovering cars and cleaning up the environment. When we went in for that one car, we found two more. We went in for one of those two. We found three more. And then families started seeing that we had this ability. And that's when they started reaching out. And that's how we fell into it, is because the family said, can you come help out? And it's in our nature that when somebody asks us for help, we're there for them. And so because of that, we drove, 32 hours to Warrenton, Missouri back in, 2019, December 27th. We made the trip. On December 29th is when we started at 9 a.m. In fact, Chaos Divers, who's behind the camera holding that for you right now as well, met up with us on that one. And we started at 9 a.m. and by 6 p.m. that night, we had Nathan Ashby was our very first big recovery that we did, where he was in his vehicle. And we answered the prayers for that family. And
I've watched some of your earlier videos because I'm a subscriber, and I have been since I guess June or so.
Yeah.
So I haven't been on board since the beginning. But whenever you came across my feed, and I seen that, and I'm like, oh, I'm hooked. I'm there.
Yeah. We really appreciate it. So so then more and more families started reaching out. And so we turned this into a mission to serve. That we have 2 big trips a year that we go do, and right now we're on a 44-day trip. We personally, we've recovered 3 missing persons, loved ones, because of us being on this trip. 7 total have been brought home. Jacob ended up doing one of them, and then there's a detective that we, left a week earlier, and she finished up on that case after we were done searching, and she found 3 more. So 7 people total have come home on this trip.
Yeah, that's outstanding. I mean, that's just, And how did you get the Mighty Bearded one? Wasn't he just a tow truck driver at first, and then did he just see what you're doing and come along for the ride, basically? Or
You know, they say you do good things, and good things will happen to you, and more people want to be a part of that. So,
Yes.
you know, the volunteer network
Oh.
that just comes out, and Beards Towing heard about what we were doing, and
Yeah.
just simply clean up the environment with the potential of, you know,
Yeah.
we might accidentally solve a cold case here in the Fort Worth area as well. And so they volunteered their time and their services, and we thank them a lot as well.
Well, by the time I heard you were going to be in Fort Worth, because I would love to come volunteer myself, and I don't care if I just fetch water, get coffee,
Yeah.
hold cables, whatever. I mean, but by the time I found you were going to be in Fort Worth, I couldn't get off of work.
Yeah.
So it was like, because I still work for a living, unfortunately. You know,
Yeah,
it's-
well, we're glad that you made it out on Saturday.
but it's like, okay, and I tried to find you yesterday because I had to go to the VA, but by the time I can't make any plans when I go there because you never know if you're going to be there an hour or 8 hours. So,
Yep.
and by the time I got out of there, I was trying to search to see where you were going to be at yesterday, and it was like I couldn't find any information. So I was like, I know they're going to be here today. I'm going to, definitely be here. you
Yeah,
know.
yesterday was one of those. We did some stuff on the down low that wasn't really a part of everything else. So.
Okay, well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably why I couldn't find you then, because it's like, man, I just want to go. I want to go be part of this.
Yeah.
Nothing else, maybe I can spread the word for you and get it out to some other people, because I have people, and I heard you say something in a video about people from out of the country couldn't really donate per se, because I do have some people from Japan, Australia, UK.
Oh, it's merchandise. So
Yeah.
we can't ship merchandise
Okay.
overseas, but we do accept donations on our
Okay,
website.
so we have that good and clear, so that way, they can understand that. Yeah, if they see you, that yes, they can donate to your cause, but getting merch might be a little bit of a problem.
Yep. So, and as we remind everybody, the first and foremost, the biggest, the way that you can help us out is simply by subscribing. And
Yes.
here's the thing is we've also learned not everybody knows that subscribing is free. So, we want to make sure that, if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook, subscribing, liking, following, commenting, it's all free to do. So,
Okay, and I'm going to do a part 2 to this in just a second. We're going to cut this off, and I'm going to go over and take a look at their RV, because I've seen and heard that it was held together with duct tape. So we're going to go take a look and see if we can't get maybe a donation or two flowing his way. Thank you very much. Go ahead. Thank you so much.